Welcome to Expanding Your Search with Brent and Jodibailey. We are growing our circles of connection and knowledge with encouraging conversations and positive communications. Today, Brent and Jodi welcome.
Oh my goodness, we are so excited. Today, we have Sergeant Tomlinson from the TV show Vindication, Steve Mokate.
And now, here are your hosts, Brent and Jodibailey.
Hey everybody, welcome to Expanding Your Search and Stopping for Directions. It's Wednesday. That means that today we are talking about another episode drops tonight for the TV show Vindication. It's almost like I want to call it Vindication Wednesdays. We are so excited to have with us Sergeant Tomlinson himself. He's going to be here today. Steve Mokate's going to be with us to talk about this season so far. I don't like him this season, but we're going to get into that in just a little bit. Let's head over to the control room right now, where Jodi is standing by to join me. Hey, there she is.
Hey.
Jodi, Steve Mokate is here.
Honestly,
I don't know.
This show.
I'm sure he's a wonderful man in person.
Oh, yes,
but
absolutely.
The character is not my favorite right now.
No, he isn't. But you know what? That means he is a great actor.
That's right. He's doing something right.
He's doing his job.
Yes.
Well, and if a character has a great personality and you love him and is a nice person in person in real life, and they portray a bad guy on TV.
Yes. Well, that's the way it is. I know that when last season they there was not a lot of tension there. This season,
right.
The things that have happened, we don't want to give anything away, but
no, we don't.
The things that have happened so far between Detective Travis and Sergeant Tomlinson is not a pretty situation.
No, it really isn't a pretty situation. It is.
When
he
started, I was like, what is he doing? It's just, that's not what we expect from you at all. You need to stop that. So
right.
Of course, we had Venus on last week, and she plays Detective Chris Tanner.
She was great.
I like the direction she's going, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
You're not 100%.
Up to this week, some stuff happened last week on last week's episode, not of our show, but their show, and I screamed at the TV. I was like, what?
Yeah, we both did.
What are you doing? Anyway, if you're not watching Vindication,
listen, you're missing out.
You need to get PureFlix, your subscription on PureFlix.
Yep.
If you want to watch it on Amazon Prime, you can do that as well.
You can download the entire series.
If you haven't watched season 1, watch it first.
Watch it. Mm-hmm.
And you'll see this show go from being, you can see where they started. It was just like an inspirational shorts.
Yes. Yeah.
The first 3 or 4 episodes weren't connected really, except for Detective Travis.
Yeah.
And then it has turned into a series, and you could tell that it was getting better as it went along. Season 2 really ratchets it up. So we highly recommend the show Vindication. Go check it out.
We do. We feel like we're friends now with all of them.
Right?
Wow. And, Jarodo'flaherty, and
I
feel like we're all friends.
Did you see that they had some kind of awards show or something this week? I think something this way. And Venus was at it. It was something called Content 21. I think it was an awards banquet type of thing.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Anyway, and so she said PureFlix, she put it up there. PureFlix has made Vindication their cover photo on Facebook.
That's very cool.
And she goes, it's getting serious when you do that. And I commented, I said, or when Expanding Your Search has different cast members on every Wednesday. And she said, absolutely. Who do you have on today? And so we have Steve Mokate here today.
Yep.
And we're excited to have that. All right, let's jump into the middle of everything else.
Yeah.
Before you get to your national days, I just want to say I notice a lot of people doing the national days that we do.
Yes.
We're flipping through the channels the other day on XM, and people were talking about the same days we were.
Yes, they were.
I was like, copycats.
I know, exactly. I was I hadn't heard this.
As we are getting into the fall season, of course, we all know Trick or Treat is right around the corner.
Yes.
I don't want to call it Halloween, but I guess technically it is.
Fall
this
for
is
sure.
this is the best idea I've heard for a couple's. Now, this doesn't mean I want to go as this, so don't get me ideas. Some couples like to dress up, and let's just call it what it is. You see the sexy doctor and the sexy nurse and the vampire, and you see those kind of couples things. And I've seen Superman, Supergirl, and there's all kinds of things. Okay. I think when the woman was pregnant and it said she had a shirt that said oven with an arrow pointing to the and then he was the chef. That was kind of cool.
That's cute.
This might be the best of the couples costumes I've ever heard of.
Tell me.
Now, a lot of people won't get this, but it's a pizza and a bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
That's cute.
And actually Hidden Valley Ranch actually has made this costume.
Wow.
And it's a couple's costume of a slice of pizza and a bottle of ranch. And so that's a good idea.
You know what?
Do you like ranch on your pizza?
I do. I mean, I can do it without, but
It depends on the pizza.
it depends on the day for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I like it.
How about you, audience? Do you like pizza and your ranch? If you do, drop down in the comments below and let us know.
Yeah.
Do you like ranch? Ranch with pizza, yes or no?
Ranch is usually good with everything, and our son, Preston,
Oh my God,
puts it on
he's
everything.
unhealthily addicted to it.
He'll put too much on it, and it's like on whatever he's eating. Or like, can I get some ranch for my steak?
Yeah.
You know,
That and
$30
yum
steak.
yum sauce. That's the other
Yum
one.
yum, right? Yum yum sauce.
All right. What national
What
days
national
are today?
days?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of food,
Is it ranch today?
No,
Ranch
it's
day?
not. No,
Okay.
no, but it is cheese toast day.
Okay.
Okay, there's several food things.
So-
Cheese toast. So it's just basically a piece of toast with
cheese
cheese
on it.
melted on it. I mean,
Grilled cheese
it's
day.
kind of like it's like a separated grilled cheese, basically.
All right. Well,
And it says
Not
that
doing much for me,
the
but
crust.
okay.
I know. Well, yeah, but we've got that good bread.
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. I like cheese on bread.
But we've got the egg bread.
But does it deserve
We've
its
been
own? Does it deserve its own
Now
day?
listen, grilled cheese sandwiches do deserve their own day.
All right.
I would say.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
I'll give that
half,
one to you.
I don't know, whatever. So, if you like toast and you like cheese together,
Today's your day.
do it. The next day is linguine day, linguine pasta, which is, pasta's always good. Do you think linguine's boring? I mean, linguine.
I'm just
Yeah, okay, so there's a lot of things. And then double cheeseburger day.
Okay, you're getting better.
Yeah, double cheeseburger. Now, where would
Those
you
of us
say?
who do low carb, it's just the patty and the cheese.
Just the patty,
and all
no
the meat.
bread,
Yeah.
no bread. Where's your favorite double cheeseburger? Where do you get it?
Come on. Everybody knows the answer to this.
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out burger, double,
Absolutely.
animal style.
Animal style.
There is
and
nowhere.
that is with the bread. I'm sorry.
Nowhere
But if
else.
you're
But,
gonna do
no.
In-N-Out-
I've gotten it protein style.
I know,
before.
but
In
it's
the
better
lotus
with the
wrap.
bread.
It is better with the bread, but
So if you're gonna do In-N-Out,
but
you might as well.
protein style, and I don't care what anybody else says. Now listen, you can go to these fancy gourmet places and get probably a better tasting burger, but
Yeah.
we're not talking. We're talking fast food burgers. In-N-Out. Period.
You know what? I would beg to differ.
There's
I
not
mean,
one of these one stand places. It's a fast food place, and
where it's real fried.
one place. There's only one place in the world you can get. Okay, I'm talking about fast food chains.
Yeah.
There is no place better than In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. No. But see, I even like In-N-Out better than even like a Red Robin burger.
Agreed. 100%.
And that's a burger place.
But now-
nicer restaurant.
But there are some places that you can go, where the burgers, it's a sit down, like some of these places that make Kobe beef burgers and stuff like that. That's a different story,
Yeah, but
whole nother
it
ball
just depends
game.
on what you put on it. I mean, again,
I personally think In-N-Out is as good as
is
it
the
gets.
top. Yeah. So okay, let's move on.
All right, go ahead.
We also have Felt Hat Day.
Ooh,
A felt hat.
is that felt?
Yeah,
It is now.
it is now. It's a stylish. They say it's a stylish head protection, and I remember my grandma wearing felt hats a lot. I know.
Well, technically, aren't all fedoras and everything made out of felt, and they're just shaped?
I think so. Yeah, they're
perhaps
shaped
so.
differently. But I mean, like my grandma would have like it was almost like a bowl.
Yep.
and kind of come out. I mean, yeah.
Sometimes they had a little veil. That
and
hung
my
down.
mom would do that.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, today's felt hat day. I mean, sorry we don't have any on our head to kind of display. So yeah, I do want to move on.
All right.
It is also Tackle Kids Cancer Day.
Yes.
And you say, maybe you say, what does that mean? What do I need to do? And today would be really a reminder, because it shouldn't be just one day that we recognize it. Today would be a day that you really make a decision and a commitment to give into
bring awareness
the awareness,
support,
the research,
help, yes.
the research for eliminating childhood cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. And doing whatever you can, thanking the nurses that work with these children, work with the families, thanking the families for being strong.
Make a donation to your local children's hospital.
Yes. So it's a very important one.
It is.
So, yeah. And then today is also Greenpeace Day. Greenpeace. Now, you know what that is?
That's the organization that's about the environment.
Environment, yes. It's a form of activism.
Yes.
Peace. They really say peaceful protesting.
Yes. Yes.
That's what they do. But it's all about improving the air quality, improving the water quality that we're drinking and that we're showering with, by reducing fossil fuels and reducing the amount of plastics that we're throwing away. It's recycling and everything. So
I'm all for
Day.
being responsible. I am not for being responsible at the cost of cutting everybody else's throat.
Well,
in
right.
You know what I mean? There's a way
I
to do it where everybody can work on it together.
And I think the background of Greenpeace Day, again,
it's
I'm going
supposed
to say
to be peace.
Peaceful.
Yes,
peaceful.
exactly.
So, yeah.
All right.
So that's what I've got for you.
All right. Well, listen, let me ask you a couple questions here. There are a couple, we like to talk about food a lot on this show.
Yes, we do.
Now, you like Taco Bell. I don't hate
like
Taco Bell. I'm not against it, but
I don't
to
love
me
Taco
there are
Bell, but I do
better
like it.
there are better alternatives. However, when I was a youth pastor, I used to tell all the youth pastor students when I was teaching in college, if you're going to go to minister to kids, go to Taco Bell at 11:30 on Friday night.
Yep.
They don't have a lot of money, so they're going to go there. You stand there. If you're in a drive-through or you're at the parking lot, give it 11:30 to 12:30. You're going to see about 300 kids come through here.
Right.
Because they're usually going to grab something before they head home. Taco Bell, knowing their audience, is testing. I want to know what you would do. A 30-day Taco Bell subscription service. Let's see what the
cost is.
All right. It's digitally exclusive, offering gives fans the chance to satisfy their taco cravings every day for 30 days. To purchase, users will add the pass to their online exclusive using the app. Okay, at the app menu just go ahead and check out like normal.
Yeah.
With the pass, you can redeem one taco a day, choosing from the Taco Bell originals like the crunchy, the spicy, potato soft taco, crunchy supreme, soft supreme, all the Doritos, Locos tacos, all of them are included. Okay, pass is currently being tested, and it costs about $10
a month.
Yeah, would you do it?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if I would or not. I just think.
I mean,
I might have Taco Bell once a month.
I mean, that's
Maybe.
a lot of choices.
Maybe.
That's like their entire taco menu.
But you know what, though? If you spent $10 and you could get a taco a day every day, and you were somebody who, on your way to work or whatever, just swing by and get your taco.
Exactly. I mean, and Preston really likes tacos.
I would say I could see somebody like Preston doing that.
Is it one taco?
One
you
taco
only get
a
one
day.
taco a
one
day.
taco a day for 30 days.
So if you wanted more tacos, you have to pay for
Probably
more tacos.
pay for a bigger subscription.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Preston would probably love it, but he generally would get like
I think
3
that's
or 4
fascinating.
tacos.
That I wonder how long it's going to be before somebody else starts doing that as well.
Oh,
All right.
it won't be long.
Last but not least, and then we'll jump into the interview today. Baskin-Robbins debuts a brand new Inside Out apple pie ice cream flavor just in time for fall.
Right?
I think. Apple pie flavor. That sounds.
Apple pie
And it
flavor.
comes in a waffle cone bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, now it should have,
It's got little chunks of apple and little chunks of pie in it. and caramel.
I was going to say that, but also like the crumbly stuff that's on top of like a French apple or a Dutch apple pie.
Well, I think that's what the waffle cone is supposed to symbolize.
Okay.
Anyway, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, that would probably be pretty good.
I think I would probably, on normal circumstances, try that, but not today.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, that's what's going on around the country. Let's jump in. It's Vindication Wednesday. Steve Mokate is here, so let's expand your search. My guest today is actor Steve Mokate. He grew up in Clearwater, Florida, went to college in Iowa. That's a good thing we need to talk about right there. But he's been living in Dallas, Texas for the last 37 years. He is the father of 6 children and 9 grandkids. He has the 10th one due in January of 2022. Such exciting news for him. He didn't start his acting career until the age of 45. He has been seen in shows such as The Purge, Better Call Saul, great show, and The Night Shift, as well as many others. He currently plays Sergeant Bill Tomlinson on the crime drama series that we've been just jumping on board like crazy as of late, Vindication, and I'm so excited to have him on the program today. Please welcome Steve Mokate. Steve, how are you? So good to have you here today.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
First of all, before we jump into Vindication, which I could spend an hour talking about it, we love the show. Let's talk a little bit about you. You grew up in Clearwater, which we're based in Orlando, just right up the road from you.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you left and went away to Iowa, and you haven't been back, I'm assuming. What's it like going from Florida to Iowa?
Well, it was a rude awakening. I went up there to play football. And so, I left the beaches of Clearwater, Florida for the cornfields of Iowa. And it was a rude awakening. I didn't even own a winter coat when I went up there.
Oh,
so
no.
I was that guy who mooched clothes off everyone every winter. So, it was the best 4 years of my life. I loved it. It was Simpson College. It's a small school near Des Moines, little Methodist college. And played football there, and then I moved down to Dallas about 35 years ago. Been here since. So I go back to Clearwater for vacations and things like that. But, I'm here. My roots are here now. I get grandkids all over the place, and kids everywhere. So
that's awesome, and congratulations on number 10 showing up, coming up in January. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep.
All right. Well, let's jump into it. I know that. We have this show has really grown a fan base. When we had Jared on during season 1, we started getting letters from fan groups saying, "Is it okay if we put this on our channel, and can we put the interview, on our website and things like that?" And I was really, encouraged to see that the show had such a great following, and now it seems like season 2 is really starting to build up a really good head of steam. The quality, everything about the show has just continued to improve from day one.
Yeah, season 1 was pretty solid, but season 2 is going to take it to another level. Can't really say too much about it, but the plot lines.
Oh, come on, just a little bit. Can you tell us?
I could, but Jared would be mad at me. The plots really take off. The characters get deeper, and some of them get darker. And we added a few cast members in that really have taken it all to another level. So, if you like season 1, season 2 is going to blow you away.
Well, let's talk about your character on there. You play Sergeant Tomlinson, or Bill Tomlinson. You're kind of the boss,
right.
And I enjoyed you in the first season. So far in season 3, and we watch it on PureFlix, so we're only 3 episodes in. I'm not crazy about you this season.
Yeah, it's really hard because, like I said, I can't tell too much. But if you don't like me now, you're really going to hate me later on.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit about him.
Bill is every actor does a backstory for their character, and my backstory is he was a Marine for 20 years, been through a couple bad divorces, probably drinks a little bit too much, and he's a nice guy underneath it all, but at work he comes across as this gruff, menacing, and potentially bad guy, and that's my backstory for him, and it kind of works out with the character as we get into season 2. because he does become a little bit more of an antagonist, and every show needs an antagonist, and I'm definitely that guy in season 2.
Well, I know that in season 1, and I believe you were in it from the beginning. Weren't you one of the guys in the other room in the first episode?
No, I started episode 3, I think,
okay.
season 1. Venus, Monique, and I came in at the same time. Her character came in at the same time as me.
All right.
It's either 3 or 4.
Okay, so I kind of always, viewed you as, the typical kind of supervising officer there at the station, but you seem to have the right things to say at the right time. Now, again, we don't want to give away everything here, but the first 3 episodes have been out for a couple of weeks now. There's been a kind of is it a time jump? I guess that's probably the right way to say it. We kind of advance forward. We don't pick up right where we left off immediately. And Detective Travis is now a sergeant of his own, has his own precinct.
Right.
Is that going to play into some of this, what's going on, or is there other things that you can't talk about?
Yeah, I think it's a 2-year jump in time, if I remember right. But yeah, Travis and I have split. He has his own precinct. The character Chris stays with me. So Travis is off on his own in precinct 2 with a bunch of, second tier type detectives and things like that. I think you saw that in episodes that have already aired.
Yeah.
So yeah, the friction between us becomes a little bit more intense. The rivalry becomes more intense because now he's in a competing precinct and we're kind of fighting for cases and prestige and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The second tier, that's a good way to put it. I was going to say they were very cartoon character type guys.
Right.
All right. So on a show like this, obviously it is a faith-based show. Can you talk about what the set and what the crew and everything is like? Is this? I know that we had Venus on last week, and she was talking about how it just seems like there's a real, special time where God does some amazing things on the show.
Yeah, so there's like a core of maybe 5 of us that are on most shows, and then we have other people that are on for day players. They come in, they leave, they come in, they leave. But I've been doing this for 15 years. I can honestly say I've never been on a set anywhere that was as enjoyable as this. I consider everybody on Vindication to be my friends off set. It's just like a family. They're all Christians. They're all good, solid people. Just good citizens, good fathers, good wives, good everything. And they're all my best friends. They really are. Todd Terry, the lead character, and I, we clicked from day one. You wouldn't know it if you read the text thing that goes on between the two of us. You would think we hated each other, but no, he's just a fine man, and I'm glad to have him as my friend. Same thing with Venus and Jared. Everyone's just great. I've done not as much work as I'd like to have done the last 15 years, but this is definitely my favorite thing I've done.
Well, that brings me to this question. You started acting kind of late to the game, what most people would consider late to the game. What led you to get started? I think what we read was you were 45 years old when you got started.
Yeah, I thought about doing it when I was in college, when I was 20, but I was playing football, and the football world and the acting world didn't mesh at my school socially or schedule-wise. So I did not pursue it then. And then when I was 45, I decided to do it, really do it. I took classes, took a bunch of classes, did some improv stuff. Somebody saw me, was out in the audience and recommended me to an agent, Linda McAllister, who's still my agent today here in Texas. And that's how it kind of took off for me. I'm not going to say the rest is history because I haven't, I have not made it to the top of the mountain by any means. But, it got me going, and I'm still plugging away. And the thing with acting is there's no finish line because acting mirrors real life. You need everything from babies to 100-year-old people. So this is something I plan to do, as long as I can remember my lines.
All right. You made an appearance on a show that I've been watching for years as part of the Breaking Bad universe. You were on Better Call Saul. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I actually tried to be on Breaking Bad like 20 times, and I had some great auditions, but apparently they didn't agree with me. So I never got on Breaking Bad. But Better Call Saul, I was in season 1 when Mikey the bald, the older henchman guy. He goes back to Philadelphia in a flashback scene, and he kills the two cops who had killed his son. And so he's in a bar, and I'm the bartender, and he's talking about moving to Albuquerque. So like I said, it's a flashback. So yeah, it was a really cool episode, and he actually got nominated for an Emmy because of that episode.
Yeah.
And obviously it's mostly due to my acting skills.
I was going to say it's the supporting cast that makes the rest of them so good, right? So
yeah, he couldn't have done it without me.
That's cool. What's it been like with COVID and everything during this time? Has it affected the acting, your career and the sets and things like that? How's it been?
Oh, it's hit me twice. I was in a movie in Oklahoma called Reagan. It's about Ronald Reagan. Dennis Quaid is playing Reagan. And I was quarantined at a Hampton Inn in Guthrie, Oklahoma for 5 days. Wasn't allowed to leave for anything. And then the night before I was supposed to shoot, 9 people got COVID. And they sent everybody home.
Oh, no.
200 cast and crew got sent home. Yeah, it was a major deal. In fact, the person that gave me my COVID test was one of the people who had COVID. So they were worried about me, but I didn't catch it. So, yeah, they shut that down. That was last October. And then about 6 weeks ago, they resumed filming. But I had already booked another movie in Mississippi, so I couldn't do it. So I'm over in Mississippi filming this movie called The Inspection. It's about a Marine. And they shut down because of COVID.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. I was there for a week. I filmed one scene and then stayed there for 5 days to film my second scene, and they shut down. So now, it's happened to me twice in less than a year.
Have you tested positive either time, or?
No, not on the sets. I haven't, but I had COVID in February.
Okay. All right.
February, and then got vaccinated and stuff. So yeah, so these big productions, they make you take a COVID test every day. That movie Inspection in Mississippi, every day we had to take a COVID test, and we weren't allowed to show up the next day if it came back positive. We got our results at around midnight every day.
Wow.
So, that's kind of tense.
You're
sitting in your hotel room all night waiting for your results.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have it, you're kind of pushed aside.
Put on the shelf for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to resume probably in November or so. It wasn't just COVID with that movie. Also, there was a lot of heat. The heat was incredible in Mississippi, so a lot of people were getting heat stroke.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's about Marines. So they're Marines in boot camp wearing their fatigues and everything. It was like 100 degrees, and cast members were dropping left and right, from what I understand. All my scenes are indoors, where it was like 72 degrees. So if I pass out at 72 degrees, we have issues.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole nother can of worms we're opening there if you're passing out at 72 degrees.
Yeah.
All right. So, as somebody who got into acting, what many would consider late, what advice would you give somebody that's wanting to get into it, now or whenever? What would you say if you were a coach?
Yeah, right. At any age, like I said before. But I give talks at my college up in Iowa to the drama department and some other people. What I usually say is just take a ton of classes. You have to be really prepared. Take a lot of classes, read a lot of books, and not just books on, in fact, over my shoulder here, I have a bunch of books up there. Even now, I still read books about acting. But it's not just about the techniques of acting. It's about the business side and just the technical side, where to stand on a set, how to act on a set. There's a lot of little things that go into it. But education is huge. Self-educate, but also take classes with professional teachers. That's my main advice. But also I tell, especially young people, it's okay to go for your dream, and you should, but you need to have a job. I'm not going to call it a backup plan, but just have a job that brings in some money so that you can continue pursuing your dream, because the odds are slim. That's just a sad fact of life. It's hard to make a living as an actor, purely as an actor. So I don't know the percentages. I'm just throwing out a number, but I'll bet 95% of actors have a job, either a part-time job or a full-time job with flexible hours. Because that way you can do it forever. Like I work for a Japanese food company, and they know I do this, and they're pretty cool with it. And it's very flexible. I use vacation days. I use comp days. I work around my regular job all the time. And like I said, they're fine with it. And I have the best situation ever, because my territory with my real job is the West, which is where most of my work has been. So, I can go to LA or New Mexico or whatever and do some acting stuff for a couple of days and then do my real job, the rest of the days. And, but that's my main advice, is to have some money coming in. If you don't have money coming in, you're going to give up. The failure rate's high. I've had tons of friends move to LA and, thinking they were going to be the next, whatever, Brad Pitt. And then they come back because they ran out of money. They got tired of sleeping on friends' couches and, eating tuna every day or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why when you go to LA, a lot, every restaurant you go into, they're all the servers are actors because of the flexible hours that it offers them. So that's get educated and have a flexible job.
All right.
And you can probably do this for the rest of your life if you want to. Like I said, the failure rate's huge. A lot of people can't deal with the rejection. It is hard. It was hard in the beginning for me, but now when I leave an audition now, I don't even think about it anymore.
Do you feel like some of that is maybe because of you're mature and age a little bit, that you can kind of roll with these punches instead of pinning your hopes onto one audition?
Yeah, probably. In the beginning, I took it really personal. Like I would do an audition, leave the room, being all cocky, and I call my wife and say, "Oh, I nailed it. I got it." You never hear from. That's the thing about this business. You never hear no. You just don't hear from them. But you rarely hear no. It's just one day, a few months later, you're watching, Breaking Bad, and there's that guy saying the lines that you did in your audition. he stole it from me.
Yeah. At your real job or your everyday job, do you get recognized? Do you ever have somebody come up and say, "Hey, aren't you so and so?"
No, not on the job. I haven't. I've been recognized in just regular life, but I've never walked into like a grocery buyer's office and they saw me in some show the night before. That has never happened to me. But I've been recognized, just at restaurants and bars and stuff. Not too much. It's usually a situation where if they had just watched that show the night before. Well, funny thing happened. I went to my agent's house in Mississippi when I was over there filming. I went to her house and her husband was out in the garage watching TV. He was watching a movie called The Hunt, which I was in. And he didn't know I was coming over, and he didn't know that I was in that movie. So I'm standing in the kitchen. He walks in. He had just seen me in the other room getting killed in this movie called The Hunt. He looks at me, and it was like, it blew him away. He didn't know I was coming over. He didn't even know who I was, but there I was in his kitchen when I was just in his garage on the TV. So that kind of stuff happens every now and then.
That's got to be really cool.
Not too much. I'm not at that level where I have to worry about going to the public with a wig and glasses. Nothing like that.
Well, Steve, listen, we're so excited about season 2. We're enjoying it so far. I don't know that I'm crazy about the direction that Sergeant Tomlinson's going in. However, I think what you're doing is necessary for the tension in the show to make it continue. We love what you guys are doing. We love everything about the show. Thank you so much for your time and for coming on and sharing with us today, and best of luck in the future.
Oh, thank you. It's really a pleasure to be here. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Best of luck, and hopefully, I'm hoping that we're going to have some kind of redeeming moment before the end of the season. So.
Tell you this, when we watched all 10 episodes there today, we got done. My wife slowly looked over at me and she said she wanted a divorce.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All right, well,
I'm assuming she's kidding.
Well, hopefully that leaves room for season 3 and maybe a redemption arc for you. So we'll see.
That's right.
We'll see. Have a great rest of your day. That's Steve Mokate of the crime drama series Vindication, one of our favorites. All right, let's stop for directions. It is never too late to do what God has called you to do. I was listening to Steve talk about getting into his acting career later in his life, 45 years old. And it spurred this reminder, this thought in my mind and in my heart. The time is never too late. God doesn't use time the same way that we do. In fact, he created it, so he exists outside of it. I was thinking about how God used Abraham and Sarah to become parents at age 90 and 100. Think about that. How would you like to be a 90-year-old woman birthing a child for the first time? It's almost like a fairy tale. It's like it's too good to be true. There's no way something like that could happen. Well, there's another story in the Bible where the children of Israel were out fighting, and the Lord caused the sun to stand still in the sky. What happened? God actually caused time to stand still so that the battle could be won by the army. What's the key to both of these extremely unusual stories becoming a reality? It's the simple fact that believing and obeying God's leading in your life. You may be sitting here watching us today thinking about something that God has asked you to do many years ago. It may seem like that ship has already sailed and it's too late. I'll never be able to do that. Well, I'm here to tell you that with God, all things are possible and that time is not gone. All it would take from you is to accept that call and start walking in some form of obedience. God has a plan still for you, and it's never too late. If he can roll back the clock for Sarah, if he can make time stand still for the armies of Israel, then God can restore the years that have been wasted back to you. He can put you on the path to achieving the dream that he gave you all of those years ago. That, my friend, is good news for all of us. That's going to wrap it up for our show today. Expanding Your Search is so pleased to be able to come to you every week. My sincere thanks to Steve Mokate, Sergeant Tomlinson himself. Check him out tonight as a new episode of Vindication drops on PureFlix. Thanks to Jody for another great show over there in the control room. Join us Friday as our guest will be author Ron Lewis. We'll be talking about his brand new book, Miracles in Manhattan. Until then, I hope we helped you expand your search. Have a great day, everybody.
Thanks for joining us today. Connect with us on @expandingyoursearch on Facebook and Instagram and @expandingsearch on Twitter. Relive any of our episodes on YouTube. We're available wherever podcasts are found, including Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. You can also download the Direction Ministries app on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Take some time today to expand your search and stop for direction.